From our South Carolina Capitol newsroom now, advocates pushing for juvenile justice reform in the Palmetto State say now is actually the time to make changes. And it's time to do it in Columbia. They were actually there talking to lawmakers about a bill that would reform the system this week. And WSAV's Jason Raven has that story.
There's a lot of support from advocates for Senate Bill 53, also known as the South Carolina Juvenile Justice Reform Act. Now, the legislation would make some broad changes to the state's juvenile justice system. Now, the Joint Citizens and Legislative Committee on Children met in Columbia this week. Now, they heard supporters of Senate Bill 53. Now, the legislation would cut down the number of children who end up in the custody of the South Carolina Department of Juvenile Justice. It would also end automatic enrollment to alternative school for former DJJ inmates once they are released and create a Bill of Rights for children who are detained. Now, one mother of a former DJJ inmate says she would like to see these changes made as soon as possible. Now, the bill would also prohibit the use of solitary confinement at DJJ facilities.
I think it would have prevented so much trauma that she experienced within that facility, not just for her, but the juveniles that were there with her. I think that it would have changed things. We probably wouldn't even be having this conversation right now.
Senate Bill 53 was referred to the Senate Judiciary Committee earlier this year. Now, right now, that legislation remains in that committee. In Columbia, I'm Jason Raven.